Hey, how y'all doing out there? I got some old crazy news for y'all. There's about to be a new trial in 2026. They calling it the trial of the century, and it allegedly involves Brandy, Ray J, and the death of Whitney Houston. People still don't know what's going on because when Brandy received that note from Whitney Houston when she was in front of Clive Davis, a lot of people calling it a death note.
I stopped it. Okay, I do 12 today. It's for you. 12 today. I have to. I'm just saying a little bit because I can't. I love it. It's my dad. It's my dad. I'll see you later. I'll see you later. Mom, come see her. Come say hi to. Come say hi to your godfather. Come say hi to your goddad.
Even though there's a lot of unsolved mysteries with Whitney Houston, one thing for sure, she was involved with the Norwood family. All the way from Brandy to Ray J. Her and Brandy's little brother became intimate while she was still married to Bobby Brown.
Ray, what's that new gift like?
Hey man, they said it wouldn't last, Whitney. They said it wouldn't last, Ray J. Have a good night, y'all.
Shorty got gifts. Shorty got gifts, Ray.
Beautiful. Oh man.
When people first saw this video, they began accusing Ray J of being her dope man, her lover, and her murderer. Ray J has denied these allegations over the years.
Like the black, other vloggers and shit, talking about it. Then they pull up all the Whitney shit, and then you try to put me walking out of the hotel. Salute. As if I could even get in there. I wasn't even in there. So it's what are y'all talking about? I gotta literally come out and explain what it really was, which is super disrespectful to Whitney, but now it's getting out of control. Now it's fam, I was not there.
Even though there's eyewitnesses that seen him at the scene of Whitney Houston's murder, Ray J has still been in denial this whole time. And Brandy also been in denial of everything, even though Whitney Houston handed her that note on that fateful night.
It would be the last performance of her life.
We are learning more about the final moments of Whitney Houston's life.
10 years later, we're still grappling with the loss of one of our greatest stars and the tragic circumstances of her final days. Here's the timeline. Wednesday, February 8th, Whitney was spotted leaving her doctor's office in Beverly Hills. She was treated for a sore throat.
Whitney headed back to her suite here at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. She was in town for the Grammy Awards. But later that day, witnesses said she was acting strangely and wandering aimlessly in the lobby. They said that she looked disheveled, smelled of alcohol and cigarettes, and her clothes were mismatched.
Thursday, February 9, Whitney crashed a TV interview with her mentor, Clive Davis, and singers Brandy and Monica. Her hair was dripping wet.
Why are you wet again? I've been swimming all day. I do 2 hours a day.
Later that night, Whitney surprised everyone by joining singer Kelly Price on stage at a pre-Grammy party. No one could have imagined the end was near. The final images of her were taken as she left the party, her hair messy, her face sweating. Saturday, February 11. In the morning, Whitney spoke with her cousin, Dionne Warwick, on the phone. She was so up and ready and happy. She had everything in the world to live for, Dionne would later say. Later, Whitney ordered lunch from room service, a burger, French fries, a turkey sandwich, jalapenos, and champagne, which she finished in the bathroom. 3:43 p.m., Whitney took a bath, but her hairdresser became concerned that she'd been in there for so long. She knocked on the door.
When she didn't answer, she went in and found the superstar face up in the water-filled tub. She and the bodyguard pulled Whitney out, called 911, and frantically tried to revive her, but it was too late.
As Whitney lay dead on the 4th floor, a pre-Grammy party went on downstairs. You can actually hear the music blaring while the Crime Lab team was parked outside. Music journalist Garrett Kennedy is the author of the new book, Didn't We Almost Have It All?, in defense of Whitney Houston.
The circumstances, of course, made it this almost Shakespearean ending to this, tragic tale that we had seen slowly play out for a long time.
The news is saying one thing, but the streets is saying a whole nother thing. People are alleging that Ray J is the one that gave her the bad dope, and that's the reason why things went left, because he was her pusher man, allegedly.
Ray J. Poor Ray J. The bag of fentanyl, bro. Come on, blood. Come on, blood. And shout out to all my honeys while I'm out here doing my shit. You know what I'm saying? Anything happen to me, all my honeys, you know who you are. Shout out to all my honeys, though. You know what I'm saying? It might be like 3 or 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? Maybe 2 or 1. I don't know. Maybe 1 million of you. But shout out to all my honeys, cause yeah, man. That nigga gave my mama the bag with the fentanyl. Then opened up the door and let him put her in a tub. Then ran away like he was supposed to be the next Orlando Brown. Ray J, that's how you get down.
I don't think you need to block the Whitney stuff. Just let it live, man. I don't care. It's insensitive, but it's a story that people are making up. It's just way out.
Rumors about Brandy sacrificing Whitney Houston so she can get out of that trouble that she got into when she caused that fatal car accident. She killed that lady in that crash. They was milking her dry. Lawyer fees, albums ain't selling. Something had to give. And the rumor is her and Ray J gave up Whitney Houston.
The California Highway Patrol is recommending that actress-singer Brandy be charged with misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter in a freeway crash that killed a motorist last December in Los Angeles. The recommendation comes after a CHP probe of the incident. Police say 27-year-old performer Brandy Norwood was driving her SUV on an LA freeway on December 30 last year when she rear-ended a car driven by Awatef Abudahaj. Abudahaj, seen here in a photo with her husband, died a day later from injuries suffered in the crash. An attorney for the victim's husband says the report appears to be fair and thorough.
Well, we realize the severity of the impact. Obviously, the photographs and the CHP report give detail as to exactly what occurred, and we've reviewed the facts, and we agree with the CHP recommendation that criminal charges be filed.
The incident is now under review by the LA City Attorney's Office. TMZ.com executive editor Harvey Levin says it'll be up to LA City officials now to determine if charges should be filed.
What witnesses say and what she seemed to indicate at the scene is she was just going too fast. She was going 65. Traffic had slowed down. That means it's her fault. And then there are consequences. And theoretically, she could be prosecuted.
The misdemeanor charge carries a maximum sentence of 1 year in county jail and a $1,000 fine. Steve Flutie, The Associated Press, Los Angeles.
Ever since Whitney Houston passed away, it ain't been easy for Brandy. And I'm not trying to say it's bad karma, because I don't believe Brandy had nothing to do with it. Ray J, on the other hand, he innocent until proven guilty. We just gonna have to wait and see. I need y'all to pray for Brandy, because it's always ups and downs. I don't know what she did, but it seemed like she did something with all this bad stuff coming her way.
Singer Brandy Norwood's apparent airport health emergency just moments before takeoff.
Brandy loses consciousness on a plane today.
We have a passenger that is not conscious that's being assisted by staff on the aircraft, and we would like EMTs at the gate.
That was the onboard call for help this morning after the 38-year-old singer passed out in her seat before takeoff.
Do you know the nature of the emergency? Just have a passenger who is unresponsive. They can't get her to wake up or anything.
Norwood's flight was scheduled to depart at 6 a.m., but according to Delta Airlines, quote, the flight crew returned to the gate prior to departure after a customer fell ill on board. Medical personnel met the flight and transported the customer to a local hospital. Local authorities confirmed, telling the Insider, quote, LA City Fire Department responded to an incident at 6:17 a.m. today at LAX regarding an unspecified medical complaint.
I like to give 100% no matter what it is that I'm doing.
So, what caused this morning's health scare? According to Brandy's rep, the Grammy winner was simply exhausted from long hours of travel and work, and she's now at home resting. And she appeared to be in good form just hours before. Last night, she tweeted this video showing off her serve. As for her next stop, she's scheduled to perform next weekend at Los Angeles' Pride Festival.
Those sacrifices be weighing on people's heads, especially when they have a million other obligations. But there's only one woman's couch you can sit on to make everything all right, and that's Oprah Winfrey. Brandy been on this woman's couch speaking about the car accident she had, her personal issues, but not once said nothing about Whitney Houston, and that's why people think it's fishy that she would sit down and talk with Oprah about that accident. Then next thing you know, Whitney Houston lost her life.
Was 2006 the worst time for you when you were involved in the accident and the woman was killed? Was that the worst?
Yes. You never wake up thinking that
Today's the day.
today's the day that something like this would happen. Or being involved in something that tragic, and I couldn't believe it, and I don't like to think about it because I don't think that's something I could ever get over or ever truly understand. But that was one of the worst times in my life.
How did you manage to go on and get over? Did you ever speak to her family? Did you ever?
Yes, I did speak to her family, but for me, that's when I realized that God is real. Because I had no one else to turn to. I had no one else to depend on. So I did a lot of speaking to God, a lot of praying, and a lot of journaling, a lot of gospel music.
I don't know what Brandy was thinking that day, but I'm glad she's still alive. I know Ray J be having people acting out of character, doing things that they shouldn't be doing. I'm hoping that he wasn't a bad influence on Brandy the day she got into this horrible accident.
Also, what Ray J doesn't understand is he was wrong for letting me come over his house when I was 13 and smoke weed against my mother's permission. Come on, Ray J. You are the dope man. You sold Whitney the death bag. Come on, man. You the dope man. You was the dope man for Diddy and Cassie. You the dope man. You know, you the dope man. and then you got the audacity to sit there on your whatever that is. I guess I've seen a preview of it. Talking about some, I'm the kingpin. Oh, are you the kingpin? Let me know. Just go ahead and further incriminate yourself. Why would you say you're gonna go to the courthouse butt naked, Ray J? Ray J, you saying stuff like that so it could be inadmissible in court. You understand? Your dog is cute.
You look like you on the way on That's So Racist.
But, you know, you got to be very, very careful with, you know, how you play, Ray J. You're just saying that kind of stuff so you can be found inadmissible in court. Okay? That's all you want to be inadmissible in court. You want to be deemed uncredible as a witness. So you're saying things like, oh, I'm gonna go show up butt naked and I was the kingpin. But if you're somebody told you right, because I'm a nigga with money, so somebody advised you right. They told you to do the Orlando Brown.
The stories they have about Ray J, it sounds like he's not even human. I'm talking about they have him in places where he couldn't have possibly been, but he was actually there. They got him doing things he couldn't have possibly did, but he actually did it. And with this news resurfacing about who was involved in Whitney Houston's passing, we don't know what's going on with Ray J or Brandy. Remember, she made that album called Human? That's because a lot of people was thinking that she was inhuman. I gotta let it be known again, I don't believe Ray J or Brandy had anything to do with the passing of Whitney Houston. People making up these rumors and stories, they need to let the public know that what they selling is allegations and speculations. I'll let y'all know in a minute. I ain't got no proof of nothing. And in my heart, I don't believe Brandy had something to do with it. But when it comes to Ray J, I'm not sure. I want to take his word for it. He innocent until they prove him guilty. But now that they reinvestigating what happened to Whitney Houston, it's a possibility he could be spending the rest of his life behind bars. Brandy been working with Monica for a long time. People make it seem like since they recently did this tour, that was the first time they was working together, but a lot of people feel like they came together to take out Whitney Houston along with Clive Davis. They did an interview back in the day and it was very sketchy. Whitney Houston came over and handed Brandy that note, and ever since then people been suspicious. But I must admit, now that I listened to the interview that Brandy had with Monica and Clive Davis, it really do seem like they was up to something. Rest in peace, Whitney Houston. Justice will be served. I don't know who gonna get it. Hoping it ain't Ray J, and I'm damn sure hoping it's not Brandy, because she's such a light and inspiration to our community. Regardless of what happened with the car accident, I'm praying that Brandy ain't got nothing to do with this, man, because I enjoy listening to music. They don't took R. Kelly music away. They don't took Diddy music away. If they take Brandy away, sitting up in my room, I ain't trying to be cooped up nowhere. If Brandy cooped up in the jail cell, man, I want to be down. But I ain't down with murder. Y'all make sure y'all do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And one more thing before I go.
Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want. But if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk. Baby girl, back it up, poke out your rump. It's S.A.T. that you want, and my music hit so hard, make you say